I hope everybody's doing well. If you're watching this right now, if you're checking it on Instagram right now, I will support you, or I will suggest you jump on over to the Dolce Diet YouTube channel and you can share in all the great conversations we're about to be having. The conversation of the day is sleep hacking. The number one tip we use with our world-class athletes and entrepreneurs to get a solid night's sleep. And that's a heck of a lot harder than you might think it is. So everybody watching right now, I will strongly suggest you go to our YouTube channel. I don't know if I can type that in here. Can I type that in? Let's see. YouTube com/Dolce Diet. That's right. There we go. All right. Bang. YouTube.com/Dolce Diet. Jump on in. Be a part of the live stream. We're live streaming right now on YouTube. Everyone jump on over to the YouTube channel so we can talk inside the live chat room. We can speak. What the beautiful thing about YouTube is that Instagram doesn't have is these videos live on in perpetuity. They are here forever. Unfortunately, on Instagram, they disappear in 24 hours, and that's not good. So what I'm about to discuss here on sleep hacking, the number one tip that we use with our world-class athletes and entrepreneurs. We deal with a lot of high-level A-type people, and we're going to share that information right now on our YouTube channel. So IG family, I'm about to log off. Jump on over to the YouTube stream right now. Boom. All right, guys and gals. There we go. My YouTube friends, my YouTube family, here we go. At the 2-minute mark, that's when we jump in and we start talking. So I wanted to talk to you about the number one technique we use to make sure our world-class athletes and our VIP clients are getting proper sleep. Proper sleep is one of the biggest problems, most overlooked by people like us who want to make gains. We want to be in shape. We want to get leaner. We want to get stronger. We want to build muscle. We want to be energized. We want to make a ton of money. We want to be great parents. We want to have awesome relationships. We want to have fun. We want to do all these great things. There's so much stuff that we want to do in our life that we start to sacrifice our sleep. And a lot of these Insta entrepreneur motivators, guys like Gary Vee, he comes to mind. There's a few others out there. Maybe Tim Ferriss is on that list. I haven't really followed Tim's stuff lately. But guys like that, and I'm fans of a lot of their content. But one thing they talk about is sleep deprivation being a good thing. And that's not true. You got to hustle. You got to hustle so hard that you don't sleep. You're only sleeping 2, 4, 6 hours a day. That's bullshit. That's wrong. That's bad information. That's false information. That's wrong. Because you will be much more productive if you get proper sleep. You will be much healthier. You will be much energized. You will have better cognitive function if you are getting proper sleep. There's a saying in the science world: sleeping less than 6 hours is as if you did not sleep at all. Boom. I should just shut the microphone off and walk away, because that makes sense. Sleeping less than 6 hours is as if you did not sleep at all. Your body has not regenerated. Your body has not repaired. You are not restored. You are severely diminished. And you cannot keep pushing high paces, expecting high-level A-type outcomes if you are neglecting your sleep. Raise your hand right now if you neglect your sleep. Not me. I don't neglect my sleep. Hell no, I don't neglect my sleep. I used to. In the past, when I was doing all that Insta motivation, self-talk, trying to see what's the best way I got to get out there. I got to hustle, baby, hustle. I'm trying to 10X my life like Grant Cardone says. No, that's BS. That's bull. That's not true. That doesn't work. that does making yourself less healthy, compromising your immune system, reducing your cognitive ability, allowing yourself to get sick more often, to get injured more often, to underperform. That doesn't make you better. That makes you worse. You can be much more efficient with your time during the time that you have to hustle, but you have to prioritize your sleep, your rest, your recuperation. So a lot of people want to know how to do that, and I am going to tell you. First, let me answer, just say hello. Mohamed says, Coach Mike is killing it with these super chats. That's right. This is a super chat. The super chat is set up. If you guys wanted to donate dollars to this channel, you can click below and do so. But just know, any dollar that's donated to this channel goes directly back into this channel to upgrade software, upgrade hardware, to get a videographer to follow me around and do some of these day in the life of DOLCE type things. So any dollar that comes in through this channel, through those donations, number one, I will spend a ton of time answering your question. If it comes with a question, I will give you a tremendous shout out. And I will promise you and guarantee you that any dollar that comes in through these super chats will directly go back into this channel. I'm good. I got my coffee here. I don't need any more money. My $2 coffee is a part of the VIP club. Boom. It's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, let's answer. Well, there's more questions in here. Dave says, of course you can. Other David says, howdy. Bruce says, yeah, Dolce, how do I fix a messed up sleep schedule? I feel like my performance drops tremendously when I can't get enough sleep. I'm going to answer that for you. Mehmet says, Coach, can we call you for our podcast in an interview? And how? Absolutely, you can. You know, I want to set something up here. I don't know if I can do that right now. Is it possible I can do that right now? On a different podcast, what I will do, I will set this up so you guys can call in live and we can talk. I think we can get that feature done. I think I have it. I need to tinker around just a little bit more. And, excuse me, yikes. Greedy Salvation drops, boom, the $2 donation through the super chat, and you will get a little more special attention. I work 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. and go to sleep at 3 p.m. every day. All right, so that's a little tough one. There's no question there, so that's kind of just a comment. You work from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. and you go to sleep at 3 p.m. every day. That's a tough one. What I'm going to, because so you sleep from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You wake up at 11 or so. You get a little bit of stuff done, then you get to work. That might make sense. What we want to do, and if Greedy Salvation, if you have a deeper question, let me ask, or if you have any deeper question, ask again, and I will add you more context. Sean says, any dollar given goes to give the Mike Big Biceps Fund. Boom. I think that fund is fully paid up, Sean Newbley, by the way. All right, but let me actually tell you first, the number one tip, the number one hack, the number one most important thing in making sleep a priority and getting in excess of 8 hours of sleep per day, because that's the goal. We want to sleep 8 to 9 hours per night. I say 7.5 is a minimum. 9 hours is about the maximum. And think, we sleep in 90-minute REM cycles. Those 90-minute cycles are very important, extremely important. We want to focus on those 90-minute sleep cycles. You don't want to wake up in the middle of a sleep cycle. That's a problem. You want to wake up after that cycle's done. Now, one great way, and this isn't the number one tip, this is just some bonus, one great way to really help you get good sleep actually came from Sean Newbley years and years ago. There is an app called Sleepy Time. It's actually, it's a URL. It's a website also, SLEEPYTI.me, SLEEPYTI.me. And I have nothing to do with this. I make no money for this. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. So this is not an endorsement, but I've used it before. What this does, if you say, listen, man, I need to wake up at 7 a.m. When's the best time to go to bed? Sleepy Time will show you the best time to go to bed to optimize those 90-minute sleep cycles. If you say, well, damn, I got to go to bed right now, what time should I wake up? Sleepy Time will show you exactly what time you should wake up to be optimized. That's a great bonus. That's a bonus to this video because Uncle Mike gives bonuses here. Boom, like a peek at the bicep. That's a bonus right there. The bicep of truth. I off too often. That's a bonus. That's a value add to this conversation. So the number one sleep hack, the number one tip, the most effective tool that we've used for our athletes who are under tons of stress preening their tails off. They're tired. They're fatigued. They're beat up. They're just uncomfortable in their whole life. They're so stressed out because they got this big performance, this big competition coming up. Their wife or boyfriend is driving them crazy. Their kids want to spend time with them. Their managers are an asshole or just being an asshole. And all this crazy stuff. They got to pay the mortgage. If they lose this fight, then they lose their job. They're freaking out. They can't get a good night's sleep. They lay down and they stare at the ceiling and they're like, oh my God, what am I doing this for? I hate my life. I hate my life. Happens all the time. Entrepreneurs, they got this big idea. They got this great idea. They're going to revolutionize the world. They take all their life savings. They dump it into it. All their mortgage payments gone. They dump it into it, and guess what happens? Day 1, no business. Day 2, no business. Day 3, no business. There's no business. What are we going to do? I can't sleep. They wake up. They stare at the ceiling all night long. They're super stressed out. Bills need to be paid. Payroll needs to be cut. The government's coming after their ass. They might have to close their doors, right? The landlord wants their rent check. They're freaking out. They're staring at the ceiling. We deal with these people all the time. We call them A-type performers. People that put their tail on the line. And this might be you in your own way, in your own life. You are stressed out also. So you can't sleep. We've all gone through that. Times of high stress. We can't sleep. What are we going to do? But not sleeping makes it worse because you wake up tired. You wake up groggy. You wake up, just in a bad mood the next day. And you're going to fix it? You're going to fix your life by feeling like a big pile of dog poop? No, you're not. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. How do we make it better? We make it better sleeping 7.5 to 9 hours per night. I love a lot of what Gary Vee says. I love some of what Grant Cardone says. I really enjoy some of the essence of what these guys and gals say out there that are trying to teach you to be top achievers. But neglecting your sleep is wrong. Wrong. Sleep has to be a priority. So let's make sleep a priority. The number one tip, and I see we got some big super chats in here. Luis Delgado, bam. I'm going to answer your questions here in a minute. Let me get this out so I'm not teasing this too long. And lots of other questions I'm going to answer also. If you asked a question, don't worry. I'm going to come in. I'm going to answer those questions here in a minute. Those who have donated through the super chat, I'm going to answer your questions first because you paid some money for it. Great. All that money, again, goes back in the channel, blah, blah, blah. The number one tip, without further ado, you need to shut off your subconscious brain. How do you do that? Because that's all the craziness swirling that's keeping you awake. And oh my God, I got to pay my taxes. What's going on tomorrow? And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And I got to get my car fixes today. Garbage day. I don't know. It's a garbage day. Man, I was really kind of an asshole when I was talking to my wife earlier. Man, my boyfriend was kind of a dickhead when he was talking to me. I wonder what's going on with there. I got to pay my cell phone bill. Is that really the right bill? I don't even know if it's the right bill. What's up with my internet? It's acting really slow. Blah, 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 blah. All this crazy self-talk goes on all freaking day long. All day long. How do we shut it off? You have to shut it off, and it's very easy to shut off. You shut it off by giving it something else to focus on. The thing that we want to focus on is something that should be very comfortable, very warm. It should be like a warm, cozy blanket that you just wrap around yourself as you tuck in and you go to bed. That's what this should be. So what do I do? How do I do this? What's the best way? This is by far the best way. For everybody. I work with multi-millionaires, decamillionaires, 100 billionaires we work with. We work with athletes and actors that you see on TV and movies every single day. These are high-level people. They have cha-ching. They have access. They have resources. They can buy whatever gadget and CPAP machine and special. Man, I got an athlete who just bought a $28,000 mattress to sleep better. That his chiropractor sold him. And I said, listen, man, you could go out back in a tent and get a better night's sleep using this one technique that's absolutely free. And it works. And it did work. It's worked for everyone. So here's what you do. You get your little phone, you get your little iPad, whatever your little tech or piece of device is. Even if you have a TV, I don't care if you have a 12-inch black and white boob tube sitting in your house with the little rabbit ears. That's fine, whatever it is. What you need to do is you need to tune into a show or a movie that you've seen at least a dozen times, that you've watched your whole life, that you've seen 10, 20, 100 different times. You know every character, you know every scene, you know every word, you know every verse, you know every line. You know everything. You've seen it so many times, you can shut your eyes and repeat every single scene from first credit to last credit. Something that you really enjoy. It makes you feel comfortable and cozy. You know what that movie is. That one movie you've seen a million times. That's the movie. That's the TV show. That's the episode that you need to have switched on. And when you switch it on, what I want you to do is I want you to turn it on, take it, and put it face down on your table next to you, your little end table, your bed table, whatever that table's called. And by the way, you should also be giving this video a thumbs up. Bang, 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 bang. Thumbs up, please. That lets me know you're there. It lets me know you care. And it lets the YouTube algorithm know that you're engaged with this content. I appreciate that thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to make this channel grow, hopefully. And thank you guys for that. But you want to put that piece of device down so there's no light. I don't want to see it. I'm not watching it. And what I typically do, because Brandy's like, shut up with your stupid stuff. I don't want to hear it. She's got her own way of falling asleep. She falls asleep. She's a mom of 2 toddlers, right? She's asleep immediately. She's asleep like 2 hours before we go to bed. She's basically sleepwalking through the rest of her day. But anyway, me, I'm a little more uptight, right? I'm a little more vibrant, we could say, a little more bouncing off the walls. I need to really come down. And I do this every single night, and I get almost 9 hours every single night. One of the reasons for the massive biceps, of course, that's a good part of it. And I'll talk about how having optimal sleep really does affect muscle growth, strength gain, and fat loss. Very misunderstood and undervalued aspect of leaning out and gaining strength. So we take the phone, we take the tablet, we put it down. I can't see it. Now, what I typically do is I get an earbud that's plugged in. Now, be very, 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 very careful here. I don't want you to roll over and choke yourself. Most of the time, like an ear pod that fits in, right? Is that what they're called? They have no wire. That's probably even better. So what I do is I get one, I place it in my ear. I don't put it into my ear, so it falls off almost immediately, right? Once I fall asleep. This is what the athletes do. This is what the entrepreneurs do. This is what everybody does. And sometimes if you don't have a wife that doesn't want to hear noise, then I just let it play at a super low noise. I don't even have to turn it on. Like when I'm in hotel rooms and traveling, that's what I do. But when I'm home, I'm relegated to the earbud. Put it on. I go to Seinfeld. The Seinfeld series, I've seen all 9 seasons of dozens of times. When I travel around the world, that becomes my best friend. I'm on airplanes and in airports and in train stations and in Ubers and in hotel rooms and blah, blah, blah. That just keeps me focused. It's my way to just kind of unwind. Click that on, little earbud in, and I turn it down so low. This is key. Turn it down so low. I have to strain to listen to it. I can just barely hear it. But I picture the scene, and I picture the talking, the conversation. I picture every mood. I picture Jerry sitting in the booth. I picture George sitting in front of him. I picture the color of their clothes. I picture the waitress with the 2 pots of coffee. I picture the banter. I picture everything as vividly as I can. I color the entire room, and I speak the words in my mind, and I go through the scene. I'm asleep. As soon as I shut off my self-talk, as soon as our athletes shut off their self-talk, as soon as our entrepreneurs shut off their self-talk, guess what happens? You're asleep because you're tired. You're exhausted. You're physically, mentally, emotionally exhausted. And usually the more exhausted we are, the more we stay awake, because our brain really starts to default and starts going through all this gobbledygook in the back of our mind, and we can't shut it off. The easiest, the best way to shut it off is to listen to something that is comfortable, something that is familiar, something that is known, that pushes all those other what if thoughts out of our brain. And then we can just focus on that one thing we know, that one warm and cozy episode or movie or show that we enjoy, that we love, that we know every aspect to. Guys, this is much more effective than any other technique I've ever used. And I have used this technique for 15 plus years now, at least. I won't quite say 20. I wasn't doing it when I first started my practice back in the late 90s, But in the early 2000s, right around 06, is when I really jumped on this and started doing this. And I was back in I think the MP3 days, right? Maybe even I had some DVDs in the old DVD player that would pop up. That's back in those days. And I was just really focused on the alpha beta waves and shutting off specific levels of self-talk. And I was focused on, NLP and a bunch of these different techniques in order to center the brainwave. That's kind of what I was focused on back in those early days, because I felt like I'd mastered nutrition, I'd mastered strength. Mastered is so relative, because then a few years later I realized I don't know anything about nutrition. I know nothing about strength training. I know nothing about anything. And that's actually a really good part to be, which is I say I'm forever a white belt in this industry. In every industry, everything I do is the approach, the reverence of a white belt. But with this technique, if you're following this, if you're trying this, and what I will say is just everybody try this tonight. Just try this tonight and let me know how well it works. Remember that one movie, that one episode that you've seen 100 times. Try it. When you get all cozy, and usually I'll get to bed, I'll read 10 or 15 minutes. I'll scroll Instagram and see what all the fake people that are popping around Instagram. All right, yeah, whatever, boom. I'll shut that off, and then I'll get cozy and I'll get tucked in. Within 2 minutes, I am out. Every single time, every one of our athletes who's ever tried this, out. Every one of our entrepreneurs who's ever tried this, out. These are people that have spent tens of thousands of dollars or more sometimes. They've gone to sleep centers. They've taken all the Ambiens and all the drugs and all the crap and the NyQuils and all that other crap. They've done all the crap only to realize it was something as simple as just calming their mind down. That's what it turns out to be. That is the number one sleep hack. I'll do another video, one of the 10-minute videos here on best practices for sleeping for you guys. Now, let me answer some questions here, because Luis Delgado, Greedy Salvation, boom, I answered you. All right, great. Luis Delgado says, I just wanted to say thank you. I followed your program. You've helped inspire me with the 5 Fs and all the content, and to continue to grind. Thanks, Uncle Mike. Bang. Luis Delgado with a $4.99 donation. Thank you, Luis Delgado, for a very kind comment. I really appreciate that, my man. Whatever I can do for you, Luis, I am here for you. Thank you so much for the kind donation. Right back to the channel. I really want to get that videographer to follow me around to do the whole day in the life of. I think you guys would enjoy that, because my life is crazy. The shit that I've accomplished by 1 p.m. today, I've probably, I don't know, it sounds like now this humble brag. I've done more between 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. today than most of my peers will get done in an entire week. It's pretty fucking insane the amount of stuff I was able to accomplish while still taking my girls to the park and having a good fun time there too. I crushed today. Friday is my sprint day. I sprint during the weekends. This is a whole nother conversation. I do so much between Friday and Sunday, because that makes my Monday feels like a vacation. I work every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday. There's no day that I don't work, but there's no day that I don't play and vacate also. And that's another thing that we'll talk about more on the finance and money and success portion of this channel, as we're starting to blend a lot of that content. Lewis, I appreciate, my man. Let me answer everyone's question. Like I said, I promise I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to offer actionable, evidence-based information to immediately improve your life. I'm not going to give you some BS. Everything I do is to help you guys to immediately improve your life. That's what I'm here to do. Man, I am working on something for the podcast. I should have that done by next week. Oh, fit Kenny Schaefer. Kenny Schaefer, my man, DDC extraordinaire. Kenny Schaefer will be on an upcoming episode of the Mike Dolce Show podcast to talk about how he went from DDC, entry-level DDC, to now working for our company as becoming, he's just about to get his RD, aren't you, Kenny? He's about to become a registered dietitian, Mr. Kenny Schaefer, who is now working with our team very intricately, an intricate part of our team. I'm so pumped up to have you, Kenny. Derek Varon, also DDC, Derek Varon, Dolce Diet Coach here also. Bang! Are 2 heavy hitters, and these are 2 of the most successful Dolce Diet certified coaches in the game. Chad says, what's up, Dolce? Shout out from Tampa, Florida. I think you need some sleep, but not until I need some sleep. You need some sleep until you crush your goals. Boom, that's the truth. I want to go to bed exhausted. I want to collapse in my bed completely fulfilled from the amount of goals that I crushed that day, and that's where the 5 Fs come in. Fitness, family, finance, future for me. Every single day we set 5 goals, 1 goal in each of those categories. Every single day we set those goals, and every single day we achieve those goals. We go to bed knowing we set and achieved 5 goals that day. How many of you have literally sat down, wrote down 5 goals in your entire life and achieved them? Advocates of the Dolce diet system, those of you who are deeply ingrained in what we do, you know that's what we do every single day. I achieve minimum 5 goals every single day. That's 35 goals a week. I do these seminars all around the world, conferences, speaking engagements, all around the world. And when we do get on the topic of motivation, I look around the room, I say, who here has ever written down a goal and achieved it? About half the room raises their hand. I say, who here actually sat down, wrote down your goals today and achieved it? Less than 10% of the room. Who here writes down a goal every single day? Typically no hands. I'd say one in like 500 to 1,000. We'll get one hand go up every so often. I say, could you imagine if you wrote down and set 5 goals every single day and achieve them every single day? Do you know how good you get at achieving goals, of setting and achieving goals? It's practice, right? It's practice. The more I practice setting goals, being intentional with my goals, being focused on my goals, following through the action steps necessary to achieve my goals, do you know how good I've become at setting and achieving goals? That's all it is. That's all it is. That's another podcast we'll talk about on a future episode of the Mike Dolce Show. Joseph, my man, soon to be Dolce Diet certified coach, Joseph Hanula. Is it Hanula? Man, happy Friday. I'm looking forward to see you August 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Boom, 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 right here in Belmar, New Jersey, everyone. You want to become a Dolce Diet certified coach, August 23rd to the 25th. You can register right now. We have 3 spots left at DolceDietShop.com. 3 spots left, DolceDietShop.com. Get certified, get registered, become a DDC, earn valuable CEUs. If you're a certified personal trainer or certified strength and conditioning specialist, all that great stuff, but get certified August 23rd, 24th, 25th. Come hang out with me. I've been on here for 26 minutes. Could you imagine hanging out with me for 3 days? It's insane, man. Insane the amount of information that we put forth, especially when we get a good group of people in here and we just start to think tank and vibe off each other and mastermind. That's what these groups turn into. They turn into these mastermind groups. Ben Holland, my sleep is so much better since I started eating real food. Amen, my brother. I hear you. Mike Lee, growth occurs during recovery. That's the truth. Chad, I need one of those I Eat Carb shirts, but I'm on a debt-free journey right now. Save one for me until about a year and a half from now. Bang, I will do my best. I'm sure we'll be sold out, but we can certainly come out with a new limited edition. Excuse me. Shane, Coach Mike, you beast. Those 3 supplement videos were a huge help. I appreciate that. If you guys are new to the channel, if you haven't checked out, this week I went through my top 3 sports supplements exposed. I tell you, the top 3 the only 3 sports supplements you should ever consider consuming, and it's not what everyone else is telling you. The top 3 sports supplements that are Dolce Diet approved for success. I break them down for you this week. So just go look back this week in this video, on this channel, and you'll see exactly what those products are. It's awesome. Those are pretty short videos. This one's a little bit longer because I like to talk to you and answer your questions. And if you guys appreciate this content, what do? Bang, 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 bang. Thumbs up. It just lets me know you're there. It lets me know you care. And it lets the YouTube algorithm know that you're engaged and appreciative of this content. So maybe one day they start to promote us a little bit more. But until then, I'm happy just hanging out with you guys, giving you this actionable information. Brooke, what's up, Brooke? Hey, Coach Mike, love the content. Does cold water immersion affect muscle growth post-workout? And does cold water immersion affect muscle growth at any other point in the 24 to 48-hour period? There is a lot of information on that topic. Some of the information does indicate that cold water immersion immediately post-workout could have a negative impact on muscle growth. But it's so much so that it's even noticeable. I haven't seen it. Now, I'm not saying to do that. What we typically do, one of the things that we enjoy doing is we'll do our cold water immersion on specific days. We won't hardly ever will we do it right after a workout. We just hit our rehydration protocols. We get our refeed protocols in. We focus on nutrition. Maybe 4, 6, 8 hours later, then we might consider cold water immersion. Maybe first thing in the morning of that day, we'll do cold water immersion, but we rarely, as practice, we rarely pair it with a workout. Not so much for this issue, but because there's other things that need to get done. We're really focused on the rehydration and refeeding post-workout. What we do is I have an infrared sauna in my home. I have cold water immersion. I have a tub, like a farm trough, in my backyard. I'm so happy with it, but I live in a beach area and mosquitoes can be an issue. So I don't use it as much as I probably should, but I live on the ocean. What I typically do is I just go jump in the ocean, and that kind of handles my cold water immersion. I'm not quite getting down to 54 degrees Fahrenheit, but I feel pretty goddamn refreshed. But anyway, so if you have the access to that, definitely do it. I would say somewhere approximately 3 days per week on non-training days, or at least in a non-training block, makes the most sense. Derek Varon, Sleep Smarter by my good friend Sean Stevenson. Absolutely a great book also. Nana, what's up, Nana? Hey, James Coughlin, Day in the Life of Dolce. That's what we're working on right now. James Coughlin, I think we're doing a day in the life, and a lot of you guys have sent great thoughts on doing a series where I can show my meal prep. I could show how I wake up, what I do on certain days, how I exercise, where I go. And I always talk about my hell days. I do my hell days on the sand and the beach. It's a little harder now because it's beach season and there's a lot more cleanup crews. They got the tractors going and the there's a lot more activity on the beach, so it's a little more challenging to just get out there. So I've been doing a lot more of the hell day, like on a Sunday in the gym, like right before closing. It's a lot better because the gym is empty on a Sunday afternoon. But anyway, I think having a videographer that maybe follows me around, once a week or twice a month or so to go through a lot of what I do. I mean, I think just going to the coffee shops that I go to would probably be a fun time. I don't know if Sean Newbley's still on here, but he certainly knows my penchant for a good cup of coffee. Knows no bounds. Fit Kenny, we got to set up a time to chat. I know you've been running around. Life has been crazy, Kenny, crazy, but in a good way, brother. We definitely do need to set it up. Greedy Salvation. Sorry, no question. Just bragging about getting my beauty sleep. I hear you. Me too. That explains a lot, right? Connor Walsh, conventional weight training disrespects the body's myofascial chains. Loading the body in a sagittal plane is not healthy. Change my mind. Boom. Enough said, right? Dave Weimer, I use Auto Sleep for iOS to track my sleep on my Apple Watch. Awesome, Dave. I've actually never tried that. I had the Apple Watch for a while, then I dropped it and it broke and I never got it fixed. So there you go. And I don't want to spend another, what are they, like $500, $700? So I'm good. As you can tell, I'm not that dude. Rarely do I know the day. I hardly ever know what time it is. But Dolce, how do you set your appointments? I just tell the phone. Set a reminder for this day, set a reminder, send an appointment. And I always have my alerts are set up for first thing in the morning. So I'll get the alerts that tell me what I have to do that day. So I'm kind of generally aware, and I get the reminders 15 minutes before I have to do my next thing. That's the way I live a watch-free, calendar-free life. That is something that's so liberating. I'll have to do another video where I can really break that down for you. I just don't. Every day I wake up, it feels like a vacation day. Because it's not like, oh, it's Monday, oh, it's hump day. I don't care about any of that. I don't live my life based on that stuff. It doesn't matter at all. I have no idea what time it is right now. Like the alarm comes off at 12:15 telling me to prep for the 1 p.m. The 1 p.m. And what that means I have 45 minutes to go over my course material, what we're going to be talking about, to work with the graphics, get the graphics ready, and do our video and sound check. Takes me usually about 30 minutes or so of diligent work and a little bit of buffer time in between. That's how it works here. That's how I'm extremely efficient. Hey, Matt says, hey, I'm new to the Dolce diet. Just wanted to say I love the information given out and it's been helpful in my life. Matt, thank you. That's exactly why I am here. That's exactly what we're doing here. We are here to help you. That's all we're here for. We are simply here to help provide you actionable, evidence-based information that you can use immediately to better your life. That's it. Not like a lot of these bogus channels that run around talking about all this BS that has absolutely nothing to do with you. It just, it gives a level of self-importance to the podcast or to the YouTube or to the person. It makes them feel like they're smarter than you or somebody special. And then they're trying to sell you some sort of BS that's not going to do any good for you. All I'm trying to do is help you guys live a better life. live a better, live a healthier, live a fitter, live a longer life, because that's really the most important thing. I want to be on this planet for a really long time. And I want to be surrounded by some really healthy, motivated, awesome people. And that's what we're all trying to do here inside this community. I'm just trying to help us all have a community of really cool, positive, like-minded individuals that are all rowing in the same direction, where we want to be lean, we want to be fit, we want to be healthy, we want to be strong, we want to be rich, we want to be charitable, we want to be friendly, we want to be altruistic, we want to be philanthropic. Those are the people I want to hang out with. Those are the only people I want to hang out with. So the more information I can give you based on that information, and you guys start to implement that, then feel free to share whatever information you have with me. Woo, baby. Then we're cooking with grease, as Grams used to say. Derek, also, if you've got the budget, get a Whoop to track sleep cycles, recovery, daily strain. Just another tip. Get a Whoop to track sleep cycles. What's a Whoop? Coach Darren, what's a Whoop? Greg John says, what did you put on your baked chicken wings on your IG post, or what could I put on it? Whoa, that Brandy cooked that. I forget as I sit here right now. I don't know, because, man, we've probably eaten that, and we've eaten that a ton. It's not everything I eat ends up on Instagram. So let me try and find out from Brandon. I know we have those recipes in the Living Lean Cookbook. I don't have a copy in front of me. Otherwise, I'd open it up for you. Living Lean Cookbook is available at DolceDietShop.com or on Amazon.com. Of course, you can go get a Living Lean Cookbook Volume 2. I strongly suggest that you have that. There's 250 or so Dolce Diet approved recipes: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, pre-workout, post-workout, shakes, smoothies, desserts, earned meals. It's amazing. Why not have that sitting in your house? It's the only cookbook you'll really ever have to buy, ever. Ben Holland, Mike, where can I buy the t-shirt you were wearing? Thanks. So the I Eat Carbs t-shirt. The I Eat Carbs. And it's this material. It's so soft and smooth. People just walk up to me and they want to rub it. But it just feels so good to wear. It really does. It feels so good to wear. It's very athletically form-fitting. It just really helps show off what's there. And if it's not quite there yet, it helps give that kind of illusion and impression of that muscular athletic physique. Go to DolceDietShop.com right now. Free shipping domestically in the United States. Free shipping US. Why not get a I Eat Carbs t-shirt? Let the world know that I eat carbs, right? Jesus Christ, blueberries are actually good for you. So's quinoa, so are apples, so's raspberries, so's oats. There's so many good things for you, and it's really cool to wear one of these because people are like, and they don't know what to do. Most people are like, yeah, I love that. I love that. So DolceDietShop.com. Jason, on EA Sports UFC, is that you on the video game in the Fighters Corner? That is me. So that's something that I probably should talk about more often. I am the official coach of the EA Sports UFC video games version 1, version 2, and version 3. So all 3 versions of the EA Sports UFC video game, I am your coach. Did you know that? I take you to the gym. You work out with me. You hear me yelling in the corner all the time. That's my voice. You see me, like, my image, which is super cool, that I'm in the background. I probably look a lot like that guy too. Actually, I think I look very similar to how I look. They did a great job. Super cool to be a part of the EA Sports family. I got to tell you that. Really, I mean, how cool is that? Connor Walsh, conventional weight training disrespects the body's mind. I'll answer that already. Boom, with the awesome bicep. David, yay, I made it to a live session. Yay, David, welcome, my friend. Welcome. I hope that means you gave us a thumbs up. Boom. Ben Holland, the King of Queens for me. LOL. Thanks, Mike. Ben, absolutely. My good friend, Mr. Kevin James, KJ, is the man. And what a great show. What a great series that is. Of course, King of Queens. Why not? I should actually switch over to King of Queens. I watched that series a million times myself. That would be good. But then I'm buddies with Kevin, so it'd feel like he's standing in my bedroom. And that might get a little creepy. Coach, what are your tips? David Weathers, I got a CPAP. That's enough noise for me at night. Hey, and that's, some of us can fall asleep rather easily. Now, I typically don't have any problem falling asleep because it helps train the brain, right? It just, through repetition, it helps train me. Once I get in, I do my little reading and scrolling of IG, and then I shut my eyes, I breathe deeply a few times, and I'm out. Brandy's always just impressed at how quick I'm able to fall asleep. I fall asleep on the couch all the time too. David says, I do this with podcasts. It's very good for quieting stress-related internal dialogue. That is the truth. Podcast. Brian, how many words a minute do you think we talk to ourselves in the subconscious? That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't know. I actually haven't looked at that specific data. But dare I say that there's a level of, I don't think you can really quantify that, because I think there's an infinite amount of thoughts that are all happening at the same time, whether we're aware or unaware. Like I'm sitting here talking to you, thinking about what I'm saying right now, what I'm about to say. There's 10 questions that I can visually see right there, and that's all being absorbed. I see all the stuff behind me. I'm remembering all of this stuff that's happened back upon the time people are walking by the windows out front. I got all this equipment, over here, and I'm surrounded by all this data. There's all this data input that's constantly swirling around that I'm aware of. Now, this is the stuff I'm aware of. What about the stuff I'm not aware of? So I don't know. That's a very interesting question, though. Luis Delgado was able to buy that super chat with that money the Dolce has helped me save by not going to Starbucks every day. Bang! Luis Delgado, I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for the super chat donation. That's really awesome. It means a lot. And I do understand the value of a single dollar, let alone a $5 donation like you kicked in. That means a lot to us. Just to know that you care enough about the channel and the content that we're giving. So that's super cool, man. And I appreciate you. And I will keep helping you guys try and make more money and protect your principal, improve your net worth, right? Let's get wealthy. Why not get wealthy? Why not? You can do that. That's different. I don't want to go too long on this video, but that's a different video. I don't want people get mad sometimes when I go completely off topic on the video like I put out there. So I'll give it a little time. What did you? Oh wait, I had so here's a funny story. I had two different thumbnails. One thumbnail was this smoking hot girl laying in bed with like lingerie that you could like almost see everything, but it was still legal, tastefully done. Smoking hot chick, just bang, body laying in this beautiful white bed. And I was going to put like, can't sleep. And then I remember like a lot of people get pissed off. I don't know why they get pissed off when I put like hot girls in the middle of our videos. I think it's funny. And it's like probably better than staring at my face for 45 minutes, right? Just get a little hot girl here or there. But I was like, all right, maybe let's soften it up a little bit. So then I went with, a very pretty girl, right? Attractive girl holding the pillow over her head and more traditional YouTube thumbnail. So what do you guys think? Let me know either, in the live chat right now, or let me know below in the comments. Do you mind like the sexy girls in the videos? Do you like it or not like it? And it doesn't mean you're hetero or not hetero. I don't care about that stuff. If you want me to put, sexy guys in there, I'll put sexy guys in there, probably all photos of me, but hey, what are you going to do? But let me know, does that matter to you? Someone says, man, that really dilutes the quality of your content. And not like an asshole, he's actually being really cool, but I've heard that before. A small, probably like 1 to 3% of our viewers are like, hey man, you really don't have to be putting all like the sexy girl stuff into your videos. Like, yeah, it's kind of funny, but it's not necessary. It dilutes the quality of your content. And I take that on board. And that's why I actually changed the avatar. The avatar is going to be super sexy. Ooh la la. But legal, right? There was nothing illicit about it, right? It could show up on Yahoo News and be completely fine. But at the same time, I made it a little more traditional. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know. Mehmet says, you have another way of sleep that I've learned here in live videos, which is counting backwards from 500 to 0 in a foreign language, which will shut that self-talk down by the time I get to 450. I'm done. Absolutely, Mehmet. That works extremely well. I do that during my meditation also, where I count from 300 backwards, which is approximately 5 minutes if I ever do get down, but I don't. I'll start at 300, usually right in the 280s or so is where I just go blank. And I'm just like focused on my breathing. And all of a sudden my alarm goes off and 5 minutes is up. Billy K, boom, $5 super chat donation. Billy K, I appreciate that, Billy K. You are the man, sir. Thank you for that donation. Now, what is your take on salt in the diet? Stan the Rhino Efferding says we should supplement with salt. I salt my food and think I get enough, but who knows? Now, Billy, this is a great question, and I had this conversation multiple times with Stan, who I do consider a good friend. I respect him as a peer and as a coach. Stan's right, especially when we're talking about active, healthy adults. Now, you have to be clear here. Speak with your doctor before any diet or exercise change, right? Some individuals by increasing salt intake can go hypertensive. And that can have a very serious negative event. They can suffer from a myriad of issues, one of which could be a cardiovascular event. They're very sensitive to salt and to sodium. Now, when I say the average, healthy, active adult, to which I would fall into this category. So, for sake of being legally astute, I will just use me as the example. I train once to twice a day, usually twice a day, anywhere between 45 minutes and 2 hours in totality. I typically lose 2 to 4 pounds in an hour of training. I'm probably losing 4 to 8 pounds per day in totality just through my exercise. What does that mean? That means I have to consume at least 1 gallon of fluid just to replace the fluid I lost. If I am not increasing my sodium intake along with my water intake, what is happening? I'm becoming dehydrated. For starters, I'm actually dehydrating myself just by consuming an additional amount of water, just trying to replace the water I lost. When I'm sweating, though, I'm also losing valuable electrolytes, most prominent of which is sodium. If I am not adding, and I think this is Stan's point also, if I'm not adding additional sodium into my consumption over and above what some would consider a recommended daily average, then I am going to be at a deficit. I typically feel and perform my best when I'm somewhere between 4 and 6,000 milligrams, 4 to 6 grams of salt or sodium per day. What is the RDA of sodium? As we're talking here, let me get that for you. Of RDA of OD for adults. Let me see here. The RDA of sodium for adults is no more than 2,300 milligrams, and for most, no more than 1,500 milligrams. That to me, that for me, I should say, because again, I'm not telling you what to consume, although our registered dietitians will tell you what to consume. If you're working one-on-one with us as one of our clients, you can work one-on-one with a registered dietitian inside our team who is legally empowered to tell you exactly what you should be consuming from a sodium perspective. And Billy, I want to give you, and this is what happens, guys, when you ask the questions on the super chat and you drop a little bit of a donation, you get a much more context answer to the question. And I think this is a great question, by the way. You know, I can answer everyone's, and I do answer everyone's question, but the super chatters, of course, they get a little bit more context here. So what Stan is saying, I agree 100%. We must increase our sodium intake to account for our sodium losses. I don't believe the RDA takes that into consideration, because many times the RDA is based upon the average citizen, and the average citizen is unhealthy. The average citizen is overweight to obese. The average citizen leads a relatively sedentary lifestyle. That's not us. I'm talking to active, healthy adults right now, right? That's who we're aspiring to be. And if you're not an active, healthy adult, you should be going to your doctor. We should all be going to our doctor every 3 to 6 months and be under doctor's care continuously, right? That's very important to make sure that we can become healthy, active adults. So to answer your question, me personally, I feel at my best around 5 grams per day. That's about 5,000. That's nearly double what the RDA is saying, but I'm sweating my ass off all day long, every single day, right? So that's a big part of it. And I drink almost 2 gallons of water per day. I mean, and the RDA is 8-ounce glasses of water per day. Man, I'm quadrupling that. I need your help. Frank says Pat McNamara's day is every night and Friday night, and every morning is Monday morning. Every night is Friday. Yeah, I don't know about, well, every night for me is Sunday night. Every night for me is Sunday night, and I love that. And every morning for me is Monday morning. That's fine. Chad says Kenny Schaefer is the man. Love that guy. Ain't that the truth? Kenny Schaefer is the man, the absolute beast. And this is a dude who walks the walk, who lives it. That's what we're talking about here. He lives it. Kenny Ofit says, so close I can taste it. Hell yeah. Chad, you the man, right on. Brian says, who are the biggest influences in your personal philosophy, man, that changes so much? I think everyone I interact with has an influence on me at this point. Everyone I've interacted with, the good and the bad, has an influence. A lot of times, influences. A lot of times, I've dealt with people who are pretty shitty people. They're shitty business people. They're shitty humans. They're shitty fathers. They're shitty husbands. They're shitty friends. They're just shitty. That has a dramatic influence on me because I'm like, I don't want to be that dude. I don't want to do that. I will not do that. I will not act like that. I will not say that. I will not interact like that. That's a big influence to me in many ways. There's lots of great influences out there. Can I name some? I don't want to get pigeonholed in any way. So, let's say let's talk about Tony Ricci, amazing strength and conditioning coach. Dr. Andy Galpin, brilliant nutrition mind. Charles Poliquin, what he did to transform strength and conditioning and really adds a science base to it. Though I disagree with a lot of what Charles says, I think he does a great job with that. Who else? Dwayne Bang Ludwig, one of my closest friends, to just see his heart, his grind, what he's really been able to accomplish. Dana White, Lorenzo Fertitta, two instrumental mentors in my day, in my life, to allow me the opportunity to go out there and do the things that I do and build the business that we have and allow the space for me to get out there and express my own talents and platform. Mark Mastrov for giving me a chance to work inside the one of the most successful fitness companies on the planet, NEV, Next Evolution Ventures. Mastrov bought and built and sold the 24-hour fitness chain. He owns the Sacramento Kings right now, and we're talking about just really serious people. Chael Sonnen, close friend for his gangster hustle. Grant Cardone, I love his energy, his hustle, his style, though I completely disagree with nearly everything he says about finances and about real estate. Completely wrong. Dave Ramsey, I think much more in line with Dave Ramsey's philosophy. Brian Rose from London Real, I think he does a great job. Joe Rogan, absolutely excellent. I love the way that he's able to engage and interact with the community, with the population. Tate Fletcher, Keith Jardine, just awesome human beings out there doing good deeds and growing everything. Jason Ellis, good friend of mine. I love his gangster hustle and what he does and his realism, as honest and real as he is. Who else is out there? That's just a little drip in the bucket of those people I really like, I really enjoy, I follow, I try and, gain little people. That's all the good stuff primarily. That's all the good stuff. But there's so many more. There's dozens. There's probably hundreds more of people and names out there. But I hope that kind of helps. Fit, any news on possible DDC level 2? Yeah, Kenny, we're thinking about possibly in September. Now, my schedule's been a little crazy, but we're looking towards September right now. That's possible. I'll let you guys know here inside the private Facebook coaches group. Hey, Mike, what do you think about caffeine naps? I've never heard of that, Jay Perez. I need to put a little bit more time in. Nidal says, I'm in Australia and I've put a lot of people onto your diet. Dolce Diet for Life. Nidal, thank you so much. We appreciate that. You can become an affiliate if you want to. Send an email to support@thedolcediet.com. You can get your own special affiliate code and you can start sending traffic to thedolcediet.com so they can actually start their own 4 or 12-week online diet and exercise program. You guys can do that too at thedolcediet.com. Use my promo code DolceTube and start your own personalized 4-week or 12-week diet and exercise program. Get in the best shape of your life following the Dolce Diet system, completely personalized to you on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop. Ours is the most successful healthy weight loss system in the history of the world. I can say that because we have more successful incidences of athletes that are making weight than any other team, any other system in the history of combat sports. Our team is more successful than anyone that's ever been in existence. How about that? For over 20 years, we're the only team with a 100% success ratio at the world's highest levels. Insane, but it's true. It's true. Wise Eats, overeating too close to bedtime killed my sleep last night. Time to wise up. Exactly. Jay Press, also, do you think flat shoes like Chuck Taylor should be a go-to for most people for better foot strength and grounding? It depends. Yes and no. Yes and no. Because grounding is really good, but grounding was not meant to be on pavement and blacktop and asphalt and concrete, right? When we're thinking about grounding, we're like, oh, that's very a primal way of walking around. True. But our ancestors weren't walking around paved city streets. They were walking around dirt and grass. That's where the grounding really matters. So I'd say you have to pay more attention. I like a little bit more of an athletic sole when I'm walking around concrete that does give some force reduction. when I'm training, I try and train barefoot, or I train in socks because I'm a germaphobe. I will train in like a Chuck Taylor. Reebok has one of their old school Reebok Nanos from like 6 years or so ago, one of their like prototypes. I actually have a pair. I wear those. You'll see them every so often. Those and Chuck Taylors are my go-to gym shoes when I have to wear shoes. Otherwise, I'm in socks and even like bare, well, not bare feet, but I walk around. I live at the beach, right? So I'm barefoot almost all the time. But like when I walk around, town, let's say barefoot, I walk in the grass. I don't walk on the sidewalk really. Book of the week, coach. What is the book of the week? Did I already tell you about the Blue Zones? I think you should read the Blue Zones. If you haven't read that one yet, let me know. Mike Kelligan, Dio, what does that mean? Billy K, I salt my food. Should I have typed that? And thanks and thumbs up. Billy K, brother, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat donation. You are awesome, my friend. I salt my food. Master of the Arcane, I salt my food. I should have said that. Yes, I agree. I salt my food too, quite a bit. Dolce Value Bomb says why he eats complete a UFC Fit program many times, but currently lift weights 3 to 5 days a week and now just use it for active recovery. Do you think that's a good strategy? I think that is a great strategy, and I am working on a follow-up to UFC Fit right now, which it won't be under the UFC brand. It will be under the Dolce Diet brand, but it will be a very similar. When I say similar, it will be a body weight centric in-home exercise program that you will abso-freaking-lutely love. It's basically, it picks up where UFC Fit left off. Derek Varon, Whoop is a wristband that tracks heart rate, sleep, tracks activities, and more, adapts to you the more you use it. Check them out. Also, no sponsorship or endorsement, just a good product. Derek, that is awesome, brother. Thank you. I figured it was something like that. We got to get you sponsored, my man, right? Contact the company. See if there's an affiliate code. Let's get you sponsored. Cha-ching, brother. Let's make some money, baby. Make some money, but I appreciate that mention. Javier, what's good, coach? Hope you're doing well. How do we know which meals to eat from Living Lean Cookbook to stay on track with the same as 3 weeks of shredded? What we say is go to 3 weeks to well, if you're on 3 weeks to shredded, then pick similar type meals, similar size meals. That's pretty easy because you know your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your snacks, your pre, your post workouts, your dessert. You know that you got that locked in. From there, what you do is you go through the Living Lean Cookbook, and I say pick 2 breakfasts, pick 2 lunches, and pick 3 dinners. Most people eat the same 2 breakfasts every day, right? Most of you eat the same 2 lunches every day, right? Most of you eat the same 3 basic dinners every week. That's the truth. We've done the research on that. Most humans eat the same 1 or 2 breakfast options, 1 or 2 lunch options, and 2 or 3 dinner options. And even like, well, I go out to pizza, I get a sub, I go get Chinese food. You're going to the same damn place, you're ordering the same damn thing every time you go to that same place. If you really start to pull back over a week, a month, a year, you're like, son of a gun, I am so freaking predictable. Go to the Living Lean Cookbook Volume 2, pick 2 new breakfasts, 2 new lunches, and 3 new dinners, and just live on that for 2 weeks or so. And then I'd say then just change out 1 of the breakfasts, change out 1 of the lunches, change out 1 of the dinners. So you have this stability, yet you're building this variety. So then in time, you have this database of 5 to 8 breakfasts, 5 to 8 lunches, and maybe 8 to 12 different dinners that now become a part of your normal rotation. So now you're almost eating something new every single day, but it's very easy for you because that's part of the thing. It's easy, it's familiar, the prep time, the habit of doing it. Fit, one of my recent clients have saved over $1,000 in 6 weeks by not going out to eat and prepping food. They're also collectively down a bit over 15 pounds. Talk about all around health and wellness gains. Kenny, that is awesome. Brother, do a blog on that, please. Do a blog, do a Facebook. I'll help share that. You share that. That's something that's very important to know. So Kenny Schaefer is one of our Dolce Diet certified coaches. You can work with Kenny Schaefer. You can find him on Instagram at OFIT, OHFITT, right, Kenny? And it's Kenny Schaefer, SCHEAFER. I'm really bad with letters and numbers lately, but Kenny Schaefer, you can always find him in our network. One of his clients, just by hiring Kenny, by paying Kenny, has saved $1,000, which is more than he paid Kenny, right? That's the truth. More than he paid Kenny. So he's already net positive in his finances, and he's down 15 pounds. That is powerful right here. That's what we do. That's when I say lean is the new rich. Our upcoming book, Lean is the New Rich. This is what we're talking about. I need your help. Frank says, I would have preferred this sexy girl. Me too, right? Nothing wrong with that. Mehmet, coach, what are your tips about growing a channel or page on social media for our business? You got to be it. You got to be it. You got to live it. You have to be active. You have to be active daily. I'm putting out a video almost every single day on YouTube. That's very important. Our channel, we have 34,000 some odd subscribers, which is awesome. We're trying to now get our views up, and YouTube has given us a little bit of problem with the algorithm. Number one is because I used to curse too much, and someone from YouTube said, hey, you curse too much. We can't monetize your videos. We can't show your videos. Therefore, we're not going to promote your channel because it doesn't make us any money. So you've noticed I really cut down the cursing on YouTube. I don't curse almost at all. I'll say like potty mouth or poopy head or, crud. I'll do all that stuff because I respect that. I respect that. I want to help that. Another reason is because, well, there's a few different reasons. We have to get the timing down. We've really, our thumbnails used to suck, so we've improved our thumbnails. We have to pay attention now to, we never asked you guys to give thumbs up. Bang, 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 bang. Give thumbs up, please, and leave a comment below, not just in the live chat. That's awesome. But those of you watching on the replay, just leave a comment below and say, F you, Dolce, which means effing unbelievable content, Dolce. But getting our users, getting you guys to engage with us a little bit more, that tells YouTube's algorithm to start promoting the video and recommending it. That matters. So you have to pay attention to best practice within the platform. But more important than anything else, is you have to offer valuable content and you have to engage. I'm one of the most transparent, engaging fitness experts on YouTube, on Instagram, on any of these channels. So though there are some larger channels than ours, you guys are so engaged. Our audience is so engaged. And from a business perspective, we have such a strong core following of people because the information we put out is usable. It's valuable information. Anyway, and I love giving free information because it's going to work. I know it's going to work. And if it works down the road, you might come back and buy something from us, or you might recommend to one of your friends, one of your family, one of your teammates, one of your coworkers that they do. We've never paid for marketing. The Dolce Diet has never paid for marketing. You don't see our ads running around and chasing you. You don't see the Google AdWords or SEO or any of that stuff. We're not paying anybody or anything to grow our business, yet we've built one of the largest, one of the most respected, globally recognized health and fitness brands simply through word of mouth, guerrilla marketing, grassroots. So Mehmet, I hope that answers your question. That's as honest and transparent as I can be. Be open, be honest. And now if you go through our Dolce Diet certification course, I teach you exactly best practices and how to grow a business, what I learned. I go through the 5 R's, the 5 R's of success. Nobody can beat this. Kenny remembers, Derek remembers, everybody who's gone through the system remembers. I go through this. For you guys. So there's a lot. When you go to the Dolce Diet Certification Nutrition Conference, we just don't teach you the tenets of nutrition and dietetics. We teach you how to build a cash flow positive business and how to do it completely debt free. I don't know anybody who's done that like we have. I teach you everything on the business side in the system, especially now as we've grown the Certification and Nutrition Conference. We've gone very heavy into the business, the brand building, the monetization side, not just in the health sciences of nutrition and dietetics. Ben Holland says, I love you, Mike, but is Kevin James like the character in King of Queens? What an awesome friend to have. You're both my favorites. Ben, I appreciate this so much. Yes, Kevin James is one of the most honest, honorable, sweetest, coolest, most charitable, funny, fun-loving humans I've ever met. Bar none. And I've met a lot. And that's saying a lot because there's a lot of great people that I've come in contact with in my life. Kevin James is an absolute treasure of a human being. I would say, there was a little writing, but I would say what you see with him is I think why he's so successful as an actor is because he's just being him. That's who he is. They just turn the cameras on and that's him. He exudes that type of warm energy and that charm. And I'm not blowing smoke. The guy makes you feel good about yourself just when you're around him. He's one of those he's a special, special person. And the things he's done for other human beings on this planet that he does not promote on purpose is incredible. If you guys knew the thing that he's done to help out humanity, it is absolutely insane. So you're talking about this is a golden human being right there for sure, Ben. Mehmet, thoughts about Lawler versus Covington? Who do you think is the next welterweight title, Masvidal or Colby? And who do you think is next for Lawler? I think Colby smashed Robbie. Robbie's a stud. Colby is a beast. Colby is a savage. Colby deserves a title by far. Colby won the interim title. He never lost it. Colby is on a massive win streak. Colby did some. I love George. Masvidal is great. Colby deserves the title. Masvidal, I think Masvidal needs one more win. Beating Ben Askren, no disrespect to Ben, beating Ben Askren is not, that doesn't get you a title shot. It's an exciting fight that gets you at the top of the card. It gets you a bigger paycheck, but I don't think it really gets him there. Not yet. My man, any thoughts on Frankie Edgar losing weight for bantamweight? I'm happy to hear. I think Frankie should have been doing that a long time ago. IG fit. Yes. IG is OH_FIT. Right? That's right. And yes, pretty much double what they paid. Hell yeah. Ben Holland, you are so awesome, Mike. So down to earth. Thank you. And I'm getting your t-shirt now. Right on, Ben Holland. The I Eat Carbs t-shirt at DolceDietShop.com. Also, 3 spots left to become a Dolce Diet certified coach. Go to the DDC and Nutrition Conference, August 23rd, 24th, and 25th in New Jersey. Get here. 3 spots left. Let's hang out. This has been an hour. Imagine 3 days hanging out. It is incredible what we do. It is transformative. I do my best to make sure this is one of the most pivotal, transformative weekends of your life when you do come out here, which is why we keep the class size relatively small. We used to do 100+ people when we were in Las Vegas. We used to rent out these big conference rooms and do these major events, which is awesome. I mean, cha-ching, could you imagine the amount of cash? But it's not worth it to me. I want to know every single person in the room. I want to know your background. I want to know your goals. I want to know your dreams. I want to know your fears. I want to know your family. I want to know what I can do to help you get there and how we can get you there together. That's why we keep it to the size that we do. It becomes very immersive. It is what's that? You lost the term. Not a mind melding, but it is a think tank of like-minded individuals all locked in this room together. It's awesome. Guys and gals, I really appreciate you there. Those who donated on the super chat, you guys are awesome. I appreciate the thumbs up. Bang, bang, bang. That means a lot to us. Leave comments below this video. Ask any questions. I answer every single question. Every single question, even if you're a D-bag. Even if you're a D-bag, I will still answer your question. Usually I have something funny to say. I don't take anything too seriously, but there can be no racism, no sexism, no homophobia, no xenophobia, none of that stuff. No bullying. You want to make fun of me? Fine. Make fun of me all you want. I have very thick skin. I don't care about that stuff, but do not infringe on anybody else's rights. And I don't care what your background is. Like, it doesn't matter to me. We are a wide open door. We love it. Johan, good to see you, Johan. Right on. Have a strong and safe day. Absolutely, I will. Until next time, guys and gals, boom.